Are you looking for peace of mind at your doorstep? Look no further. With the Blink Video Doorbell, your home's entrance is always within your control. Check out the link in the video description to learn more and get your Blink Video Doorbell on Amazon. Your home is in your hands.
Police Scotland is at risk of sex discrimination claims from female staff over controversial gender self-identification policies, experts have warned. Murray Blackburn Mackenzie, a group dedicated to examining public body policy, issued the warning to the force, which it says has a track record of promoting gender self-identification principles. They said the force's promotion of a Stonewall-backed, transitioning in the workplace policy leaves it vulnerable to complaints from female members of staff. It was revealed earlier this week that reminders of the controversial 2019 policy have been issued, with rank-and-file officers being threatened with gross misconduct if they reveal the gender identity of colleagues. Police Scotland claims that disclosing whether an individual is transgender would amount to a data breach, and would be dealt with under conduct regulations. Fearing the impact this could have on serving female officers, MBM questioned Police Scotland's understanding of laws providing single-sex facilities. Measures could currently result in a female officer being punished for voicing a refusal to share a changing room or bathroom with someone they know to be male. The group said, Police Scotland has a track record of promoting gender self-identification principles to the particular detriment of its female staff and officers. That it continues to adhere to a policy which effectively provides for mixed-sex facilities puts it at risk of sex discrimination. It is astonishing that an organization that deals with male offending on a daily basis cannot see the relevance of sex as a risk factor in its own organizational policies, nor understand that single-sex provision is needed to meet the privacy and dignity requirements of its workforce. MBM, whose leading members are criminologist Dr. Kath Murray, former senior civil servant in the Scottish Government Dr. Lucy Hunter Blackburn and former UK Government civil servant Lisa Mackenzie are behind an effort to change another self-ID policy that exists in the national force. As it stands, it is possible that the gender identity of a rapist will be recorded over their sex. A petition calling for the Scottish Government to force Police Scotland and other justice services to reflect the biological sex of rapists was lodged more than 3 years ago, and while it remains under consideration, MBM has expressed concern at the length of time taken to engage Police Scotland. The group are calling on police officials to appear at Holyrood to explain why it feels it needs to prioritize the wishes of men charged or accused of rape, over and above those of victims. Callum Steele, the former head of the Scottish Police Federation, which represents rank-and-file officers, has already raised concern over the legality of the work policy. He said it was, frankly, pitiful of Police Scotland to enforce a self-ID policy, adding, "The Police Service of Scotland is not just wrong ethically and morally, it is wrong legally." Last year, before stepping down from the union role, Mr. Steele publicized posters singling out male-identifying, female-identifying and gender-neutral, changing areas for staff. The extent of pressure on officers to comply with the gender rules has been described as having a chilling effect, with HR departments leaving staff running scared of discussing the issue. A Police Scotland spokesman said, "We must create an inclusive and fair working environment, free from discrimination, which meets the needs of our diverse workforce. All officers and staff are encouraged to provide feedback through their relevant associations as we consult on the development of our transitioning at work policy in line with current legislation. Disclosure of personal information such as gender, disability, and sexual orientation is a breach of GDPR and would be dealt with under conduct regulations." Click here to visit the Scotland homepage for the latest news and sport.